E3 2018 will soon be upon us, and with that comes a bunch of new rumours teasing new titles that could be unveiled come June. Everyone loves relishing in the excitement of what is and what isn't going to be at the conference, and everyone remembers the huge surprises like Resident Evil 7, Gears 4, and Knack 2. Yeah, but in the months before E3, these rumours of what is and what isn't going to be there hit a boiling point, and that's where we come in. Our crack team at WhatCulture, well, our team at WhatCulture have been combing through leaks from industry insiders, developers, and fans alike to see which games are most likely to be unveiled come June. And boy, is it going to be a blinder if even a fraction of these come true. All aboard the hype train. I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 heavily rumoured video games that we want to see at E3 2018. Number 10. Animal Crossing for Switch. If there's one series, potentially bar Pokemon, that Nintendo have failed to make relevant for consoles, it's Animal Crossing. But with the Switch doing so well for the company, it's time for that to change. Although this may seem like completely wishful thinking to some, it isn't completely unfounded. Besides the fact that we haven't seen an Animal Crossing game since 2012, the official Animal Crossing website has also recently been seen getting a complete overhaul. And yeah, it's always difficult to guess what Nintendo are going to do at E3, considering they're only really concerned with directs lately, but that doesn't mean they don't recognize how important the conference can be. Sure, they've got Smash and Metroid Prime 4 to show off, but those games seem a little far out yet, and an Animal Crossing game for the Switch would be a great way to tide fans over. Number 9. Splinter Cell. The next Splinter Cell is a long time coming. Hell, we haven't seen Sam Fisher for this entire generation, and goddamn am I missing him. However, the appearance of Sam Fisher in Ghost Recon Wildlands' DLC was received so positively that if Ubisoft weren't already working on the next entry in the series, well, they certainly are now. If Sam's cameo was nothing more than a boss battle or a few lines of dialogue, it wouldn't have meant much, but the fact that they got Michael Ironside back to voice him and actually aged him up surely shows that something new is in the works. Hell, Sam even makes reference to a new mission he's going on in the game, which could be a tease of a new project. Out of all the possible things Ubisoft could announce come June, this is the one people want the most. Make it happen, guys. Please. Number 8. Assassin's Creed Dynasty. With the success of Assassin's Creed Origins finally returning the series to its former glory, it would be crazy to think that Ubisoft aren't already hard at work on a follow-up. Does that mean we might get a glimpse of the rumoured Assassin's Creed Dynasty at E3 then? Well, it would make sense because I'm sure the game is already locked in for a release next year. As for the game itself, early rumours suggest it could take place in feudal Japan, which is a location fans have been demanding ever since Assassin's Creed began. Likewise, if it manages to improve on some of the things Origins did wrong, it could very well be one of the most ambitious games in the series. Just one thing though, Ubisoft, please don't release it this year. We know how much care and attention you put into Origins, and you've finally got Assassin's Creed back to the top. Just please don't f it up like you did with Unity. Please. Number 7. The Next Fable. After Microsoft's cancellation of Fable Legends and the closure of Lionhead Studios, it was safe to assume that we wouldn't be getting any more Fable for quite some time, but recent rumours suggest that the franchise might not be as dead as we thought. According to several leaks, the next game in the series, codenamed Wisdom, will be developed by Forza Horizon devs Playground Games. With the project allegedly barely into full production though, does it really warrant an early announcement at E3? Probably not, but Microsoft's list of exclusives looks more and more anemic as the year goes on, and they really need to bring their A game in reassuring Xbox owners that great things are on the horizon. The teasing of the next Fable game is a great way to do that, unless, of course, Microsoft cancel it. Number 6. Bioshock 4. We haven't seen the Bioshock series since 2013's Bioshock Infinite, and it's certainly been away for far too long. Fortunately, a recent report from Kotaku's Jason Schreier confirmed that a secret 2K team is currently hard at work on the next title, whatever shape that may take. There's no indication so far how far in development the game actually is, but that could just be a case of 2K managing to keep the project a secret for all these years. It's a shame Irrational Games won't be at the helm as well, but they're not the only people who can make a great Bioshock game. Just go back and revisit the first sequel if you don't believe me. An announcement for a new Bioshock at E3 would certainly take the world by storm, no matter when it's coming out, but please, would you kindly just release it like tomorrow, 2K? Please? for me. Number 5, Bully 2. Look, we know that Red Dead Redemption 2 is very nearly upon us, but that doesn't mean that Rockstar can't drum up hype for a new project by announcing Bully 2 at E3. It's not like we don't know that a sequel to Bully is in production in some stage, as we've already seen leaked concept art floating around the internet for the past few years or so. So just like, tell us it's real, please, Rockstar, so we can finally get our pre-orders in. It might sound like a pipe dream, but the developers have so many studios under their belt that it's not inconceivable to see them making 2 games at the same time, especially one with a probably smaller scale like Bully 2. Hell, it's been nearly 5 years since GTA 5 came out, so those developers must have been working on something other than Red Dead Redemption 2 for this whole time. Likewise, with Rockstar and Sony being so close these days, it would be amazing to see Bully 2 announced on Sony's stage at E3 2018. Number 4. Halo 6. With Microsoft's lineup of exclusives paling in comparison to Sony's, this year's E3 has to see them coming out swinging and announcing some of their biggest games to get the momentum flowing. Fortunately for them, their biggest franchise is more than due a return. And yeah, we haven't heard anything officially about it, but Halo 6 is inevitable, and Microsoft really needs it. Whether or not the sequel's reveal is more than a teaser is guesswork at this point, but considering how long it's been since Halo 5, it's likely that we'll see more than just that. Rumors have also suggested that Halo 6 will launch with a Battle Royale mode because of course it will. With a massive gap between games, expect to see Halo 6 announced at this year's E3, potentially for a quick turnaround to release. It's more a case of when rather than if, and the bigger mystery is, can 343 reclaim back the confidence they lost with their last game? Number 3. Watch Dogs 3. One major tease at the end of Watch Dogs 2 and some recent activity on the game's Twitter account has sparked rumors that Watch Dogs 3 might be in production. Which is great because while the game was far and away better than the controversial original, it didn't quite capture that same audience. What it lacked in sales, the second game made up for in renewed goodwill though, and a third title could expand upon the winning new formula to finally unlock the series' potential. Rumors really kicked into gear when an update to Watch Dogs 2 featured characters talking about future DedSec operations, with a code tracking them back to Bristol in the UK. Fans think this could be a tease to the location of the next game in the series, which, if true, could be pretty incredible. Number 2, Starfield. Of all the games on this list, Starfield is easily the one we know the least about. But we do know that it could very well be Bethesda's next big release, and if that's not enough to get you excited, then I don't know what will. The list of rumors around this are virtually endless. Some people say it's a mobile game, where others have claimed that it's basically Fallout in space. Fallout in space. Yep. There isn't much concrete knowledge to go on, but if it does truly take Bethesda's winning formula to the skies, then it could be the most ambitious game they've ever made. Likewise, the developer really needs a massive announcement to make an impact at this year's E3. While last year's showing was perfectly acceptable, it didn't really give us anything major to get excited about. Finally revealing Starfield to the world could change that. That said, if Starfield isn't announced this year, then I'd happily take a Doom sequel, Bethesda. Rip and tear, baby. Rip and tear. Number 1. Devil May Cry 5. It seems like you can't go a year without hearing another rumor that the long-awaited Devil May Cry 5 is going to be announced. From seeing it pop up on CVs to huge Reddit leaks, at this point Devil May Cry 5 must be in development, but it's also likely that it could be a Sony exclusive. Whether or not this is a time situation is completely up to debate, but one thing's for sure, if it is announced at E3, Sony stage would be the place to do it. Allegedly returning to the mythology everyone knows and loves, none of that hot topic bullshit from 2011, a true sequel to Devil May Cry 4 has been long overdue, but it seems as though the wait might finally be well and truly over. Someone just make sure Scott doesn't hurt himself with excitement come June, would you, please, for me? So those are some of the unannounced games we're expecting to see at E3 2018, but more importantly, I want to know what you guys are expecting to see / hoping to see come June. Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a like, share, and a subscribe, and all that jazz. I've been Josh, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Aren't you a star? Don't forget to subscribe below, and also the people who made this video, they're right here, so go and follow them and give them some love. If you want to see more content, there's probably some stuff flowing up above my head. Why not check it out? It could be fun. I'm not your dad.